Hi, hello. Welcome once again to my YouTube channel, Tamilian Speaking. Today we are going to discuss a most important and vital topic in the history of Tamil Nadu. We cannot start or end the Tamil history without mentioning the Moovendhargal or the three kings. Who are these three kings? They were the Cheras, the Cholas and the Pandyas. In Tamil we call them Chera, Sola, Pandya. These are the three kings who ruled Tamil Nadu for more than 1500 years, and they prevented foreign invasion or invasion from north and kept intact the Tamil culture. And therefore, to a certain extent, to a greater extent, I would say, we can say that the Tamil culture for long was untouched by any culture other than the people who came to Tamil Nadu voluntarily. Now, who are these three kings? They were called Mudiyudai Moovendhar. That means these three kings are the only kings who are allowed to wear crowns. Mudi means crown. Even during the earlier times, the three kings ruled along with small chieftains who were either their subsidiaries or small kings who ruled over a very small kingdom. The three kings' reign could be divided into the early period and the later period. In the early period, along with the three kings, there was another a mighty empire called the Adiyaman Empire. And during the later period, we already know about the Pallava dynasty and the famous Mahabalipuram, where the Dwarka temples are there. Now, the earliest of the three kings was the Pandyas. Now, when I say the earliest, the periods when the Pandyas' reign began is not clear because evidences are not available. Historians ascribe 4th century BC only to the Pandyas, and they ascribe 3rd century BC to the Cheras and 3rd century BC to the Cholas. How did they come to these conclusions? Because Ashoka's inscriptions mention these three kingdoms as their southern neighbors. Therefore, from that period only, historians reckon the beginning of the Chola, Chera and Pandya empires. Because before that, even though they might have ruled, there is no historical evidence. It is clear, even from the Ashoka inscriptions, that since they were the southern neighbors of Ashoka, they might have ruled for many hundred years before Ashoka's period. But that period has not been taken into account by the historians. Now, the Pandyas. The Pandyas are the oldest among the three kings. The name Pandya means, some historians suggest, Pandu means bull. But the real meaning is Pandyan means Pandayan. Pandayan means the old one. Even among the old three kings, they themselves call the Pandyas as Pandayans. That means the oldest among them. That itself tells you the truth about the antiquity of the Pandyas. The Pandyas are the oldest reigning kings among the three kings. Now, the historians ascribe only 4th century BC to the Pandyas. To the Cheras, the historians ascribe the period from 3rd century BC. To the Cholas, they also commence their calculation only from the 3rd century BC. The Pandyas ruled from Madurai. Since the name itself suggests the Pandyans are the oldest ones, it clearly proves that the Pandyans ruled over the kingdom from the Kumari Kandam, which has now gone under the sea, and their land extended up to Madurai, that's Vaigai river, which is presently in Madurai. Most of the Pandya kingdom was swept away by sea and submerged in sea, and the present Pandya kingdom is only the southern part of Tamil Nadu. The Pandyas reigned over the southern part of Tamil Nadu, the Cholas reigned over the northern part of Tamil Nadu, and the Cheras, they reigned over the present day Kerala and some southern parts of Tamil Nadu, as well as the Kongu region. Now, it is worthy to remember that the present day Kerala was once a part of Tamilagam. So, Tamilagam, as we speak, constituted in the earlier times the state of Tamil Nadu and also Kerala. It extended up to Tirupati. Now, among Chola kings, Ilanjai Chenni is supposed to have been the founder of the Chola dynasty. Although the Chola Empire existed even before that, records mention only him as the king. Kings earlier than him were not mentioned in any inscriptions, and no historical evidences are available for him. The last king of the Chola dynasty is Rajendra III, who was defeated by the Pandya king, and his kingdom was subsumed into the Pandya kingdom. Now, if we take longest reigning 5 dynasties in the world, the first 3 places are occupied by these three Tamil dynasties. The Pandyas ruled from 4th century BC to 1618 AD. That is a period of 2018 years. First recorded king was Nedunjeliyan, and the last king was Varaguravarma Pandyan. The most important point to note here is the main branch of Pandyas was defeated by Malik Kafur in 1310 and 1311 in Madurai. He looted Madurai and established a sultanate. The Pandya Empire then survived via the Tenkasi Pandyans till 1618. Therefore, it gives them a total reign period of 2018 years. As far as the Cheras are concerned, the Cheras, although there are many branches in Chela kingdom, it is widely acknowledged, accepted by the historians that their reign lasted from the 3rd century BC to the 11th or 12th century, that is approximately 1500 years. And they reigned during the earlier times along with the Adiyaman dynasty, and during the later period along with the Pallava dynasty. Although these 2 dynasties do not find mention in the Moovendhars. The Moovendhars were great soldiers, warriors, and also very benevolent administrators. The strength of their army and the strength of their force could be found gauged from the simple fact that they were able to stall the Mauryan empires. Mauryan empire at its peak, that's what I would say. The Mauryan, if you take the top 5 or 6 empires of the world, of course the British Empire will be the top in land extent. The Mauryan Empire will be 5th or 6th. The Mauryan Empire encompassed almost the entirety of India, Pakistan, and Afghanistan. It was such a huge empire with vast resources at its disposal. Slowly the Mauryans expanded from Magadha and conquered all these territories and were able to even conquer up to Karnataka and Andhra. In Tamil Nadu, in the ancient Tamilagam, they faced their first formidable adversaries. Although the 3 kings frequently fought among themselves, along with Adiyaman, the Moovendhargal and Adiyaman formed a Tamil coalition, and the Mauryan army gave battle to the Tamil coalition, expecting an easy cakewalk victory. But they were shocked. They were stopped then and there in their tracks, and they were made to go back to their territory. The great Mauryans, who had never tasted defeat, were stopped right on their tracks, and they were not able to defeat the Tamil kingdoms. Therefore, the Tamil kingdoms survived independently, and this fact can be found out from the Ashoka inscription, which mentions them as independent kingdoms and its southern neighbors. The 3 kings were not only known for their valor, they were also known for their love for Tamil language. Many of them themselves have been poets, and they have also been patrons of great poets and a group of people who we call as Panars. And whenever Tamil language was in trouble, they always stood up to the cause of Tamil and for the protection of Tamil language and Tamil culture. And their administration was also benevolent. Unlike other parts of the world, where the king is assisted mostly by a council of ministers and a prime minister, who is head among them, the Tamil kings, especially the Pandyas, were mostly assisted by their chief poet. That is how much they recognized the value of education. Whenever the king had any doubt, although he had a group of ministers, it is the chief poet to whom he will consult. And you may ask, what is the difference between consulting a council of ministers or a chief poet? The chief poet, not being a political man, will always be concerned about the welfare of the people, and his advice will not only be for the good of the king, but also for the benefit of the people. And therefore, whenever, not only in matters of war, but in matters of peace, in matters of administration, the chief poet held a very high position. It is even said that the chair in which the chief poet sat was at the same height of the king. In other words, he was the only person in the royal chamber who was considered equivalent to the king. Therefore, he had a greater role in administration than anybody else, and instances of that have also been recorded in Tamil history. Therefore, education was the prime factor which determined the place of a man in the earlier Tamil society. Casteism was completely absent. The only fault you can find with the early administration of these Moovendhars was that they never had the drive to establish an empire. Whenever they went to war outside, they won those territories and just simply came back to their own territory. Barring the later Cholas, nobody wanted to establish an empire and reign over a huge empire. This was the only drawback. But for nearly 2000 years, nobody was able to defeat them, and they were able to protect the Tamil people and its culture from outside influence to a greater extent. And therefore, they also provided a political and financial stability to the Tamil people, which helped them to flourish and to nourish and to reach heights which other people found difficult to achieve. The growth and the great literatures of Tamil were also due to the fact that these three kings reigned over the entire land of Tamil Nadu, gave it peace and stability. And when it came to Tamil, even though they had mutual differences among them, when it came to Tamil, they were all united together, and the language of Tamil flourished under them. The three kings also saw to it that whenever there was an adversary at the door, other than these three, they stood united and fought them and kept the Tamil land intact. Even among the Cholas, even after that, main branch was defeated in 1279 AD. The other branches continued to reign at different parts of time. The Pandya Empire lasted for 2018 years. The Chola Empire lasted for 1579 years. And the Chera Empire lasted nearly 1500 years. These kings not only acted as a bulwark against foreign invasion, but they also protected the people and gave a benevolent form of administration. How do you say that they were benevolent? They were benevolent to a greater extent because the people allowed them to rule for such a long period of time. The entirety of Tamil Nadu was ruled by them by these three kings for nearly 1500 years. Although other kings reigned over Tamil Nadu, these three kings who held sway and their reign was mostly peaceful and beneficial to the people of Tamil Nadu. The Cheras, the Cholas and Pandyas, the great three kings of Tamil Nadu. Now in future posts, let us see about the great kings of each and every dynasty in detail, and we will also list out their achievements. Thank you.